Good morning, everyone. Today is January, what's the date today? 16th, 2024. What's that, Cliff? 16th. There will be no Green Bay Packer talk during Coffee Chats or through the rest of the year. Actually, congratulations to our Green Bay fans that are somewhat friends of ours. Anyway, we brought someone here today. Her name is Dawn Kenyon. She's with Marv Solberg. They're with Hennepin County, the Hennepin County Sheriff's Department. And what their jobs are is to increase the amount of information available to EMS people, police, about who lives here and where they are, and information that basically is on your file of life. So when the people come and they need to know your medications or where you're going, that file of life on your fridge, how many of you have those? Excellent. This is somewhat redundant of a file of life. It's a file of life on steroids. Good enough to say? Okay, so Dawn is going to speak to you, Dawn Kenyon, and she's going to let you know a little bit about what we've done so far and what you might be expected to do if you so choose. So here's Dawn Kenyon.
Good morning. I'm not a football fan, so don't worry about Packers or anything like that. So yes, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about Smart 911. So what Jeff is working on is there's actually one for the business. So he's working on a facility profile, which is going to help us if a phone number calls 911. He's going to put up a geofence around your building that's going to tell us somebody could potentially be in this building, which is going to greatly help us on 911. Because 911, do you think we know exactly where you guys are at when you call?
No.
No, not all the time, no. And that can be a problem if one, you can't speak to us, or two, nobody calls us when they're having the best day of their life and they want to tell us all their information. They usually call us when something is happening, a high stress, and they can't answer our questions. And so our number one thing is we want to get people where you are to get you the help you need. But
one of the things that we've done at this table is to phone the concierge because we figure that she is known in your system. My department is not.
right.
But the concierge of each building presumably is in your system.
Yep, but with this program, so Hennepin County bought Rave's Smart 911. Like I said, I bought it, so it's free for residents. It's free for you guys to create a profile. And it greatly helps me by if a phone number associated with the profile you create calls, it creates a ticket for the dispatcher. And what that means is your information pops up so I can see what apartment you're in. I can see your emergency contacts. I can see if you have some type of medical situation. And what's cool about it is you only put in the information that you want. The only thing that's required is a phone number and an address. Anything else, you can put in pets. They have pets on there. I have my kids in there because I have a picture. I have 2 little kids, so if they go missing, I call 911. The dispatcher has a picture of my children right there that she could send to the responders out in the field that they have that. So you can describe your apartment if you want. There's a category in there where you can say, I'm apartment 203. When you get off the elevator, you go to the right. You can put that in there. So if you call 911, I know that it's Marv calling me, and I can read what he put in there. Okay, I see Marv, he's got diabetes, so maybe he's not talking to me because he's having a diabetic reaction of some sort, but I can see he's apartment 202. I go right at the elevator, and I can find his apartment. So like you're saying right now, when your phone calls 911, I don't know what apartment you're in. But if you had a smart profile, it's called, it would pop up saying, hey, this number has a smart profile, and if you put in your apartment number and you put in a description, it's also going to pull up the facility profile that Jeff created that has a floor plan of the building for us that he put in and everything. So it would help us know anything about you that you want to share with us. And so Marv and I'm just trying to give you a little snippet of it. We are going to come back here in the next couple weeks. We'll work on a date with Jeff that we can give a more detailed presentation, and then also be here to help you guys sign up if you want to sign up. But the whole thing is we want to try and get as many people to that meeting as possible, so if you guys can help spread the word. I will give out pamphlets to anybody that wants any flyers that they can start reading on it. And if you guys want to take a look at it and then come back, I'll give a more detailed presentation and help anybody that signs up. Does anybody have any questions off the top of their heads? There is no cost for residents. Nope, Hennepin County already purchased the program, so I pay for it every year. It's free to residents. And what else is cool about it is it's not just for Hennepin County. This is a national program. So if you go to Florida and if you call 911 and that dispatch center also has it, it'll populate for them too. So you can also tell your kids about it, any relatives. There's, how many in Hennepin now? Eden Prairie has it, St. Louis Park, Edina. We were kind of the first big agency in Minnesota that grabbed it, and people are watching us. So we are telling Ramsey County our success stories, and we're telling Dakota. So I think more people are going to start purchasing it now that we've had a lot of success with it.
Most of us have a cell phone and an apartment phone.
Yep.
I assume there's a place for both.
You can put both in here. You can actually, if you have a spouse, you can put their phone number too, because then your profiles are linked.
Does this mean hackers can get in and find out a lot of information, like our apartment number?
No. So I will tell you, working with Hennepin County, I've learned that our county attorneys are pretty good. I mean, we're the biggest county in Minnesota, and the Hennepin County attorneys worked on this contract for several months, and they vetted it. So if my county attorneys are saying it's a good, safe program, along with Hennepin IT, it's pretty safe.
But you'll want to set up a password.
Yep. It'll make you set up an account with a password.
Yes.
Yep.
Another password.
Another password, yep. We love them.
And you would get periodic emails for your profile telling you that your profile is 40% complete and to update information. So you can put as little information in there as possible, or you can really dive in deep and put quite a bit in it. Like vehicles, you can put, if you're driving a vehicle, you can put your vehicle description, your license plate. When you call 911 from your cell phone, that RAVE profile comes up as well. So, and I, up until the December 31st, I dispatched for 32 years. And I had a call when I was working at St. Louis Park a couple weeks ago where the caller was very difficult to understand. Can you hear me? Caller was very difficult to understand. And the RAVE profile showed within a couple addresses on Quebec Avenue South. Couldn't tell if he was at 2620, 2640, but the profile, so I had a pretty good idea where that caller was at. He was reporting his mother had fallen and didn't have a whole lot of information. So I was able to at least get responders there. So I would encourage you to put cell phone numbers in there, vehicle descriptions, anybody that lives in your apartment, and then we would see that profile.
Anybody else have any questions? Otherwise, like I said, we'll work with Jeff and we'll figure out a time when we can come back if you guys can just help us spread the word. Because as many residents as we can get to sign up for it, it'll greatly impact and help us at 911.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, welcome to Coffee Chats. That sounds like an amazing program to have, and we look forward to having them back at a later time and getting that rolling. And I can help with any of that as well. I'll move on to let you know what's going on for the week, and we'll just start by telling you it's January 16th, 2024. Woohoo! It's a busy day here at Marion, at Ridge Point today. Marion Hall, we have David Schultz. He is a professor of political science from Hamline University. I'm excited to have him here today. We have some space heaters up there, so hopefully it's warm and toasty by the time 10 o'clock rolls around and you go up to listen to him, which I hope you do if you are free. So his discussion is the role of generations in U.S. politics. Every generation wants a revolution. Every generation wants to change the world, but does it? This talk examines the role of generations and general change and how it affects the American politics, including the 2024 elections. So if you have time, head up to Marion Hall at 10 a.m. In addition, we have, it's our birthday celebration today, so in the East Lobby, I'm excited to have Dale Martell here. He actually was a member of the Beach Boys. He played the lead guitar, so he will be here today for your entertainment. He'll be here at 3:30, but appetizers and drinks will be served at 3. So if you're available to celebrate the January birthdays this month, head up to the East Lobby to enjoy our fellow from the Beach Boys, Dale Martell. So that should be a lot of fun. In addition, this week, Wednesday, of course, we just 11 to 1, Mary's Medical Research. So apparently, she was sharing with me that they have a lot of donations from jewelry. So it's kind of refurbished jewelry and etc. And as we have Valentine's around the corner, that might be a good idea to do some shopping there. It's a good cause, and that is tomorrow from 11 to 1 p.m. right here. Yes. Tonight. This evening. Okay. You know what? For some reason I had in my mind that it was at Wednesdays. Thank you. Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Of course, is our singing sing-along in the East Lobby. So thank you so much, Abby. I was about to say it was Wednesday. I had it written down. So my apologies on that one. Thanks for catching that. So if you are available at 6 p.m., go ahead and head up for a good time. Apparently there was around 20 people last time that there was a sing-along. So make sure that if you enjoy that kind of stuff, head up there and join in at 6 p.m. Okay, let's see, I'll move on back to Wednesday. 1 p.m., of course, we have our TED Talks, and there are 3 topics. And did anyone make it to the YouTube tech class that went over YouTube? Did you enjoy that? Yeah, learn a little bit about it. I know there were some questions about YouTube and how to use it as a tool, especially because we have a YouTube station that you can utilize and are able to watch the TED Talks and the Coffee Chats on that YouTube station. Anyway, I'll go back to the 3 topics from the TED Talks. A crash course is making political change. The secret perks to driving electric. And why we need to understand cults better. So those are the 3 topics for TED Talks. At 1:30 this Wednesday is our mystery craft time in the art room. 1:30 is 500, 3 to 4 is alterations this week, so you can sign up for the alterations by my office. And then every Wednesday at 7 p.m. there's bingo and 500, and you may want to just make sure and bring a blanket just in case it's chilly. That's what I was suggested to tell you, so that you can snuggle under a blanket and play a great game of bingo. And then I'll move on to Thursday. At 11, it's our excursion day again on Thursday, and this one I'm kind of excited about. It's at 2 different locations, just to square that away. So it starts off, you leave here at 11:30, you head to St. Paul to Moscow on the Hill, and that's a very interesting restaurant. And then after that, you'll head back onto the van, and then you head to Minneapolis to the Museum of Russian Art. So it's kind of a Russian themed tour this Thursday. If you have signed up for it, please make sure that your checks are in. I tried to touch on that last week on Tuesday, that the importance of signing up. As you sign up, please get those checks in and make that commitment to me so that I can follow through with my book work as well in getting my getting those excursions paid for. So as you sign up, right away promptly please get your checks in so that I can keep track of that and keep my book working right on track. It means a lot to me. It's getting better, and I had a lot of people approach me after last Tuesday and just with ideas and thanks, and just that they had a better understanding of where resident services positions are doing behind the scenes. So thank you for your input on that. And I am still noticing that as I have the excursions signed up here, that there are still some checks that are not in. So again, please commit to that and get that in. If I am seeing that your check is not in after a week, I'm going to have to probably take you off the list and bump people up that are committed to that. And I hope that makes sense to you and that's okay. But that's what I've found that I'm going to have to start doing. Okay, let's see here. Also, with the excursions, if it says be there at 11:30 and that's when the van leaves, try to be there at 11:25. You know, not right at 11:30, and because the van drivers sometimes have to loop around. We're waiting for people, and again, if it says we're leaving the Mall America at 2 p.m., try to be there 10 minutes to 2. So that you can get on and we're not holding up the van drivers. The van drivers sometimes have commitments after they drop our wonderful residents off back at Ridge Point. They have things that they have to do as well. So if we end up lingering longer and looking for people, A, we're worried for you, and B, it's not very considerate to our van drivers who really work so hard for us. Okay, I'll move on to Friday. Friday at 1 p.m. we have our coffee chats that are always recorded on 991. Bridge and poker on Fridays. 4 p.m. is our happy hour. Is there, I think there's Nancy, you're a relatively new resident. This is Nancy, she's been in since October, I believe. So let's welcome Nancy to our lovely home in Ridge Point. And the reason why I bring that up is if you have not gone to happy hour, that's a great opportunity for you to meet one another. Is there any other new residents here that are joining us this morning? Okay, so that's just one opportunity. There's also tons. There's the sing-along. That would be a great opportunity if you enjoy singing. There's so many things, exercise classes, etc. So join on in. And if you notice new faces, introduce yourself to our new home. It's such a great community. Okay, let's see. I'll move on to Friday at 7 p.m. is our movie, and maybe it's in Marion Hall, so maybe bring a blanket to that too, just in case. You can get all snuggly, sleeping bag perhaps, I don't know. We're working on the heat. Jeff has been working diligently on that, and so is our operations people. Okay, so the movie for Friday it's a comedy, The Anchorman. So Ron Burgundy, the top-rated anchorman in the 70s, San Diego, who finds his position threatened by a hotshot young female journalist, and it's a comedy. So that is our movie for 7 p.m. in Marion Hall. If you're available, join on in. Saturday is our ladies' luncheon that departs at 10:35, and that's going to the 50s Grill, and the reservations are at 11 a.m. And that's what I have for the week. Any questions?
Men's breakfast.
Oh, men's breakfast, of course, 8 a.m. Thank you. That's every Saturday. Do you go to the same restaurants on that? No, you go kind of make a decision? Fun, okay.
This week is the van.
The van? That's the restaurant?
No. We typically drive our own cars, but this week we don't drive our own cars.
Okay, so you get to use the van today. Right. So do you have to sign up for that then? Or is there typically under 21 people? Okay, good to know. So you can hop on the van at 8 a.m. to go to men's breakfast. Anything else? Okay. All right, thanks for your time and have a fabulous day, everybody. Thank you. Oh, yes. Oh.
Are you trying to? She's trying to shortchange me. Yeah, that's enough, Mike. Dawn, do you have more brochures, or can you drop some more off? I noticed there were a lot of people that didn't get them. Also, as I was listening, the Smart 911 website, you have to sign up to get on that, but Rave Security, I was going to try give a email or a website for people to get information.
Oh yeah, Smart 911, or there's an app on the phone for Smart 911.
Right, but Rave Mobile Safety.
Yeah.
that's what you can go to, where you can go. If you go to Smart 911, they're gonna ask you to sign up. And if you're like me, you don't wanna sign up till you know a little bit about it. So if you go to Rave Mobile Security, you'll see a lot of the pages that you have on the brochure there. Okay? What I've learned this week is that the cold makes every problem that we have worse. If someone's got a sour attitude, and believe it or not, there are a few sour attitudes out here. I might have one of them. They're magnified. But what I know is we'll get through it. The problems that we've had the last couple days have not been all that great. Yep, we've got lots of coats and hats and things down here. This is the off by one part of the calendar. This is, if we were to have the atrium here designed to be at 75 right now, it would have cost, I don't know, quite a few $100,000 more to build a system to keep it this warm. This is a time when, yep, it's warm or cold outside. Very, very, very cold. And it's so cold that things aren't going to be perfect. And I believe that yesterday we solved a couple things that have been troubling us for my entire time here. Now, sometimes when you plug one hole, another one springs up somewhere else. And the art of problem solving is get them all plugged at one time. And there are a few, we plugged some, but created some more. I'm hoping that when you go up to Marion Hall, that you might find that it's warmer because of some of the things we did yesterday. It was warmer this morning, but it's still not warm enough to have an assembly where everyone's comfortable. Now, once we get everyone in there and there's enough hot air here at Ridge Point, it'll warm up real quick. But just know that I'm not making an excuse either. If your apartment is cold, we want to know, we want to get it as warm as we possibly can. But some things, we just have to change the way we do things. We're all so used to coming in, those sliding doors in the front, and have the concierge open it for you, and you, oh, that's so nice that they do that. Well, you do that when it's 8 below and a 30-mile-an-hour wind. It gets pretty damn cold in that lobby real quick. So we changed the doors. You'll notice when you leave Ridge Point, the outside door would open with, once you provide motion to it, correct?
Correct.
We changed that where you've got to push the paddle to get out the door now.
Good.
So if you want to do a neighborly thing, when you're on your way out, wait for the inside door to close, then push the paddle, and out you go. And we have tried to institute this over the years, and we're all so used to going out and getting out right away that it's difficult. But if even 30% of the people do it, it'll be a big improvement. Sunday, it's going to be what, 25? Maybe?
Warming up.
Silvio, you have to be more positive than that. It's going to be in the 30s next week. So, that's really all I have. Does anyone have any questions? Maxine?
I just wanted to know if it's possible to have like a space heater down here in the morning. The nucleus of the people down here for coffee in the morning is right around here. Would that help at all?
I don't want space heaters. I mean, yep, we've got them and we're using them, but to depend on them, and they're dangerous. They blow fuses, are trip breakers. It's just,
Bring your blanket.
bring your, yep, or find another person and cuddle up. There's a huge demand for men at Coffee Chats all of a sudden, so. Not at Coffee Chats, at Continental Breakfast. Any other questions? Roger.
The name of your organization is Rave, safety, not security. I looked it up.
Okay,
I think it could go both ways.
Will it work?
Yeah, I think it'll work both ways, rave safety or rave security.
if you Google rave and smart 911, I think you'll get to where you want to go. Any other questions? All right, birthdays this week. I know the date today, it's the 16th. We've got 2 birthdays today. One is here. I don't see Bev Norman. It's her birthday. Jerry, happy birthday, my friend. Jerry Augustine's birthday today. Let's give him a round of applause. Jan Huggins on the 18th. I don't see Jan. Dick Plape on the 18th. Pam Mueller on the 19th. Ralph Hansen on the 20th. Lenore Bond on the 21st. And that's it for this week. And no anniversary. So let's sing happy birthday to our friends. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friends. Happy birthday to you. Have a good week. Stay warm, everybody.